if you have a question. The microphones.
Yes, Scott.
How you doing? What was said at halftime? You know, you had a lead and then it kind of evaporated, 12-2 run, and then you guys seemed to come out with a little bit more intensity and purpose in the second half.
You know, I think it was a kind of game where you had to get a feel for it. You know, when you play Penn State, you know they're going to fight you. You know it's going to be physical, and you got to be able to play through that physicality. And I thought in the first half, I thought they were better at it than we were. That's why they were up by 2. That's why they came back. You know, I think, you know, we hit a bunch of shots early, and I think we softened a little bit. And I thought in the second half we were much tougher defensively, much tougher on the glass. You know, playing through contact was you know, it was a different team almost, I thought.
How big was that stretch, Coach? Sorry. How big was that stretch where 13 minutes ago, they're in the double bonus already, and they only had like 3 or 4 fouls. But you were able to flip that pretty quick and ended up shooting really well from the line.
Well, you know we're going to throw it in, we're going to attack, we're going to drive the ball, we're going to push it on makes and misses. And, you know, that's the aggressiveness with which we have to play with to get to the point where if you're fortunate enough to have a lead and you know they're going to foul, you know, you're sitting there with 2 shots every time. So we just kept our attack mentality, and they called some fouls. Next thing you know, we're in a bonus, and in short order, we were in the double bonus.
Brandon?
Yeah, Brandon, something you got.
Yeah, when you talk about the attack mentality with Mike specifically, it seemed like there were times that he was open, he was calling for the ball, and I think one of them was the instance where he hit the 3 that put you up. Just, are you starting to see more of that out of him? And
oh, no question. I mean, you look at his numbers and the way he's shooting the ball. I mean, he makes 4 threes today. You know, 7 and 2 assist turnovers. I mean, he's really playing well, and he's playing at a high energy level. You know, and the thing that was, I think, important, he made 2 mistakes. One on the inbounds, on the out of bounds play, and the other one against the press. I think we were up 9, it went up 7, then went to 7, something like that, or it was 7, went to 5. But you know, he was able to play through that, and I thought that showed a great level of maturity for him.
First time you've played Penn State with Newville and Frazier on the floor at the same time. Just talk about the challenges of stopping those 2 guys and how you think you did.
Well, you know, I thought we did okay. I mean, they're both really competitive, you know, and they have a sense of when to go, when to give it up, when to shoot it. They both can shoot it outside. They both can get to the rim. If they get to the right, it's over. Timmy does a great job of finding people when he gets in the lane, when the help comes, he loads up their shooters. They didn't shoot it well today, that didn't help him. Newville is so powerful. You know, he's back to his natural position in the off guard. Last year he played the point, and he was a handful there. And I think that helped him. I think it helped his game to kind of be that guy. And this year, I mean, he's playing as well as anybody in our league right now, I think. So, you know, Newville goes 10 for 15, 22 points. You know, you say, well, we didn't do a great job on him. Did a much better job on Frazier, but he didn't get a lot of help from the 3-point shooter. Usually a better 3-point. You know, you figure Woodward, you know, is going to make one. I mean, you think Johnson's who did make one. You know, but normally they're going to get more threes out of their post position. That's what makes them difficult with their 4 and 5. Taylor and Jack are usually pretty solid from there, and they didn't shoot well today.
Coach, how was it for you guys? You mentioned the threes not getting it out of the post, you know, for Penn State. You know, when you guys, like, you know, Mike got 4 threes, you know, having those, I guess those big-time threes when Penn State conversely couldn't do that. I mean, they shot a
changes everything.
18% clip.
Yeah, I mean, it just changes the whole complexion of the game. There's no question about it. You know, there was a good portion of the game where, you know, they were going with a smaller lineup, switching screens. You know, so you have to wait longer into the possession to find somebody who's open. And I thought we did a good job of spacing and moving the ball because they were working really hard, which they always do. So, you know, we stepped up and made them when we had some open looks. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I've been really impressed with Brandon Taylor, watching him on film. Compared to what he was last year to what he's doing now, I think he's a guy that would concern everybody, and you know, he just couldn't make one today.
Fran, Milson made half your baskets in the first half, and he seemed to be, you know, real physical inside in the first half, and then in the second half he left the court for a while. Is he?
He wasn't feeling good.
Okay. But his overall play.
It was great. He played with great energy, great attention to detail. I was really impressed with him. When he's playing like that, we're a much better team. And considering, you know, how sick he was, what can you say about his level of toughness?
With Anthony, is there something up with him right
He's
now?
hurt.
He's hurt.
So is Jock.
What are the injuries like?
Foot, leg. He'll be all right. In a couple days, he'll be okay. He just couldn't go today.
Coach, each team had 5 fouls apiece at halftime, and then you see you finished with 18. Penn State finished with 23. Did you see anything change in the game plan in the second half?
I did not. You know, Penn State's a physical team. They foul a lot. That's the nature of, you know, of the atmosphere that Pat has created here. They are not. You have to beat them. You're not going to basically outfight them. You know, they've got a junkyard dog mentality. Got more weapons this year. So as far as the second half is concerned, you know, maybe a little more. You know, throw it in, drive it. You know, get fouls called, and they called them, and you know, the discrepancy 23-18 was them fouling down the stretch. I mean, it was pretty even, I thought, in both halves.
Fran, your first season you won 4 Big Ten games. Today you won your 4th Big Ten road game. Just talk about how this team has learned to play away from home and have success.
Well, you know, we have an experienced team, and we've got a deep team, and we've got some toughness, and we've got multiple ball handlers. There's so much goes into playing on the road, traveling, dealing with weather issues, you know, variety of things. Obviously, home court advantage, the crowd, the atmosphere. But we have responded well to those challenges, I think, this year. But I think that's what I expected of this team, and I think that's what they expected of themselves, that they would handle it. Doesn't mean they're going to win them all, but you know, they're going to play well enough to win, and we're going to be in a position to win.
Coach, here on your left, I think with a few minutes left in the game, Penn State started pressing or had continued pressing, and you had 3 timeouts left. A couple situations your guys got trapped. I think most coaches in the country would have just default called timeout. You let the guys play through it. Is that sort of part of your philosophy?
It is. I called one right as Josh got fouled, because I thought, see, what I was doing in that situation, I'm looking at the shot clock, so I know if we're going to get a 10 count. So we were going to get a 10 count. So I called timeout as he was getting fouled. That's the only one I called. Other than that, you know, I trust my guys to move the ball down the floor. Mike had the one turnover. That was really the one bad one. You know, and it was almost like as a trap came, he fumbled the ball. He was trying to get rid of it. You know, that happens. You know, but I thought overall, I mean, we shot 87% from the free throw line and handled the ball pretty well down the stretch, I thought.
Fran, a couple weeks ago you talked about toughness, and it seems like Adam Woodbury has really embodied that. But
not the only one.
But at the free throw line today, he was making his free throws. You sent him in late to get a rebound, and
he got one.
And he got. What do you think of his play, the way he's elevated his level?
He's been fabulous. I mean, you know, games have different feels, and there's times I want to play him a lot more. You know, today, you know, Jared was really good, I thought, especially in that one stretch. So he ended up playing more. I played Mel at the 5. He was playing well. You know, Whitey and Devin were playing, so was Mike. So, you know, he didn't play as much, but he was ready to go when we needed him. It's been terrific.
I think against Michigan you had 7 turnovers. Today you had 6. Does that show just the progress you have in dealing with the pressure?
But you can't go on the road and turn the ball over and win. You know, this team, if you turn it over, they're so quick. You know, with Frazier and Newell getting out, they're just going to get layups. You know, but the same was true, you know, against Ohio State, against Michigan State. Those teams are so quick. So you've got to be able to move the ball, take care of the ball. And if you don't score, but you got to get a good shot. And that gives your team a chance to get your defense back. Now you're making them score against a stacked defense rather than a split defense. Against a split defense, they're spectacular. Against a stacked defense, not as good. Nobody is.
Okay.